Good morning, students. Today we are going to start our history chapter number 2, the establishment of the company rule in India. Mercantilism was a trade policy popular during the period 1600 to 1800, under which the goods were bought at very cheap rates and were sold at much higher prices wherever the demand for those goods was very high. And better at that time, this demand of goods were high in backward countries only. European nations began to compete with each other to establish imperial control over the backward countries with their superior technological, trading, and military skills. Mercantilism was a trade policy popular during the period 1600 to 1800, under which the goods were bought at very cheap rates and were sold at much higher prices wherever the demand for those goods was very high. And better at that time, this demand of goods were high in backward countries only. European nations began to compete with each other to establish imperial control over the backward countries with their superior technological, trading, and military skills. For expansion of trade in eastern countries, the Europeans were in a search of new and direct trade route, and this direct trade route they found when Vasco da Gama of Portugal reached Calicut on the Malabar coast in 1498 in the present-day Indian state of Kerala. The Portuguese in India. Vasco da Gama managed to secure a letter of concession for trading rights from the Jamorin, Calicut's local ruler. The Portuguese controlled trade along this route with their superior arms and navigation skills and reaped enormous profits. The success of Portuguese traders in India led to a race among Europeans for a share of the trade. The Dutch East India Company was formed in 1602 and was mainly interested in spice islands in Indonesia, in the far east, where it established its predominant control. But in India, the Dutch set up trading posts at Pulicat in the east coast, Cochin on the west coast, Cinchura and Sirampur in Bengal. But finally, they had to sold their settlements to the British in 1845. The Danish East India Company. The merchant of Denmark also founded a settlement in 1620 at Transkibur in the Tanjore district and at Sirampur in Bengal. The Danish company could not play any remarkable role in the trade rivalries. The English East India Company. In 1600, the English East India Company was formed by a group of businessmen. It was granted a charter by the Queen to carry out trade with the East. In 1613, this company was given permission to set up a factory at Surat and to post an ambassador in the Mughal court. In 1615, King James I sent Sir Thomas Roe as the ambassador to the court of Jahangir, and at that time began the factory. In 1639, Madras on the eastern coast was granted to the company by the local ruler. In 1668, Bombay was granted to the company by the English ruler Charles II, who had received it as dowry in the marriage with the Portuguese princess. The French East India Company. बेटे French East India Company established trade settlements in 1664 at Surat, Masaulipatnam, Chandir Nagar, Balasore, Mahe and Puducherry. When Dupleix, as a governor of the French factories, came to India, the French power increased considerably. Anglo-French rivalry. Carnatic Wars. The Carnatic coast is the region of South India lying between the Eastern Ghats and the Coromandel coast in the modern Indian states of Tamil Nadu, southeastern Karnataka and southern Andhra Pradesh. For nearly 20 years from 1744 to 1763, the French and the English remained engaged in various wars for control over the trade, wealth and territory of India in this region. Battle of Plassey. This battle was fought in 1757 between the Nawab of Bengal, Sirajuddaulah, and Britishers. It resulted in the defeat of the Nawab and paved the way for British conquest of Bengal. By this victory, British East India Company became transformed from a trading concern to a strong contender for the political power in India. The reason for these battles are so many, but we will be talking about important reasons. Number one, the rampant misuse of the trade privileges given to the British by the Nawab of Bengal. And number two, non-payment of taxes and duty by the workers of the British East India Company. Battle of Bhagsa. This battle was fought between the British East India Company on the one hand and the Nawab of Bengal, Mir Qasim, the Nawab of Awadh, Sujauddaulah, and the Mughal Emperor Shah Alam on the other. The forces of the three powers started a battle with the British at Patna. Their forces were decisively defeated by the British forces in October 1764 under the command of Major Hector Monro. Mir Qasim fled while Sujauddaulah and Shah Alam surrendered to the British. The battle came to an end with the Treaty of Allahabad in 1765. Treaty of Allahabad. The Treaty of Allahabad was signed on 12 August 1765 between the Mughal Emperor Shah Alam II, son of the late Emperor Alamgir II, and Robert Clive of the East India Company in the aftermath of the Battle of Bhagsa on 22nd October 1764. The treaty effectively legalized the British East India Company's control over the whole of Bengal. The Battle of Bhagsa firmly established the British as masters of Bengal, Bihar and Orissa and placed Awadh at their mercy. The grant of Diwani to the English Company led to a dual nature of administration in Bengal. The Nawab depended on the British for his internal and external security. The Nawab had the responsibility of the administration but not the power. The East India Company got all the financial and military control of the state. That's all in the chapter. Thank you. Have a nice day.